What's up, everybody? We are back with another video. This is my qualifying reaction for the Australian Grand Prix. I'm going to go through each one of the qualifyings, just give my thoughts on it, and then give my final thoughts before the race later on today. If you are new and this is your first time seeing any of my videos, welcome. This is what I do, reactions, content for F1 and for NFL. So if you're interested in either one of those things and you're seeing my video, go ahead and drop a sub for me and a like on the video. It helps me out a bunch. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you think I'm stupid or if you agree or if you disagree, whatever it is, go ahead and leave a comment for me and share this to some friends, and let's get into this. So out in Q1, we have Kimi Antonelli, Nico Hulkenberg, Liam Lawson, Esteban Ocon, and Ollie Behrman. Now, there's a lot that goes into those first five. I think probably the most disappointing. Actually, I don't even know who the most disappointing is, because Kimi shouldn't be that far down there. I know he had damage to his car, which is his fault. He went too wide, I think, and caught the bottom of his car with some gravel, and he ended up losing a bunch of time because of it. But I think the most interesting is Liam Lawson being down there, because it is another driver to go into that Red Bull and struggle with it. And I think that at some point you have to start to question if it is the team, because you have all these drivers. You have the Carlos Sainz, the Alex Albon, the Sergio Perez, and now the Liam Lawson. And this is just the first race, so maybe it's too soon to say this, and we have to really see, because I know Liam did run wide also in that qualifying session. But again, that's struggling with the car. But there's 4 drivers that have gone into that Red Bull seat besides Max and just struggled. And maybe that just shows the talent of Max and what he's bringing out of that Red Bull, or maybe it's just them designing the car too much around Max and not enough of helping their other drivers. We won't know until the season unfolds or until some other stuff happens and we get to actually see that. I don't want to put too much controversy into the fact that they're building around Max and not their other drivers. I just think that it's crazy that you have all of this talent, young talent, granted, that goes into that car and then struggles immensely with it, and you have Max overperforming. And again, I don't know if that's a test to Max's skill or something's going on, but we'll leave that and we'll move on. Kimi is disappointing, but had some issues, so I'm not going to put too much thought into that. I don't think I expected Kimi to be in 5th place or anything like that. He's a rookie. Give him some time, you know. Nico getting out qualified by his teammate, I'll talk about more in the next section of the qualifying. And then we have the 2 Haas drivers down at the bottom in 19th and 20th. Now, I don't know if that Haas is just absolutely terrible this year. Again, this is the beginning of the year, so I don't want to say anything. But Ocon being in 19th next to Ollie, who didn't get to qualify, doesn't look great. But again, maybe the Haas just isn't that good this year. Maybe we have to wait for another race or two to see. I would have loved to see what Ollie could have done if he could have qualied. I really think he could have beat Esteban, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, let's move on to Q2, where we have Isaac Hadjar, Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll, Jack Doohan, and then Gabriel Bortoleto. I hope I'm not saying his last name wrong. Big talking point for me is Gabriel out-qualifying Nico in that tractor of a kick. What he put in such an incredible lap towards the end there to get him from out of Q3 into Q2. Sucks that he couldn't go further with it, but regardless, he did have that shunt also where he almost spun out and he saved it. I believe that was in Q2 while he was doing his last flying lap, I think. I could be wrong about that. I don't remember 100%. But either way, huge for him to make it out of Q3 and out-qualify Nico. Jack Doohan also had trouble with traffic, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because Lewis spun. Lewis had spun, and then Jack Doohan had to maneuver around him and some other traffic in front of him, so I don't know where his lap actually would have put him. I don't want to put too much thought into it. Lance Stroll, moving on. Fernando Alonso being next to Lance makes me question if that's just where the Aston is right now, kind of middle of the pack, or if there's more to pull out of it. I don't know if Fernando was affected by the traffic when he went out. I don't remember for his qualifying. And then Isaac Hadjar almost making it out of Q2 into Q1 with that RB. I don't think I expected him to be matching Yuki, but I didn't know if I was expecting him to be 11th and almost making it to Q1, especially being the only rookie to almost make it to Q1. So hats off to Isaac Hadjar for almost making it out. And let's move on to the final qualifying session in Q1, where we have the beautiful McLaren 1-2 of Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, Max Verstappen, George Russell, Yuki Tsunoda, Alex Albon, Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, Pierre Gasly, and then Carlos Sainz. First of all, congratulations to Williams and Alex Albon, especially for that last lap that he put in. That is incredible. And Yuki being in 5th place is crazy. And I know he's punching the air right now that Liam got that seat over him. That they chose Liam for that seat over him. I know that he got a new manager, and I really wonder where he's going to end up going into next season with the new regulations, because Yuki is really good. I think he's underrated. I don't think that he's like the craziest driver I've ever seen or anything, but an underrated driver for sure. I think a really big talking point out of Q1 is both the Ferraris being in 7th and 8th. That is unimpressive start of the season for Ferrari, but their race pace might be better. We have to wait and see until later today. Alex Albon, like I was saying, in 6th place is ridiculous. And if Alex is shoving that Williams in 6th place on that last qualifying lap, him and Carlos might be an actual problem as a duo of teammates this season if that Williams can keep trending upwards, and maybe Williams can be in the fight for, like, I don't know, 3rd in the constructors. I don't know if they're fighting for the win, but maybe they'll be up there. George Russell slotting in 4th, showing that Mercedes is still there and still competitive. Scared. I was really scared that George or Max was going to pull a lap out and take either Lando or Oscar off the top spot, but that McLaren pulled through, and I was kind of rooting for Oscar to get pole, I won't lie, because it's his home race. Regardless, though, we got the 1-2. Or they got the 1-2, sorry. They got the 1-2 and they secured it. Oh, and let me stop disrespecting. Pierre Gasly, 9th place, and then Alpine. He's such a consistent driver. It sucks that he's with Alpine. Maybe Alpine gets better after the regulation changes and they're going to the Mercedes engine now. Right? Somebody fact check me if I'm wrong, whatever. They're going to the Mercedes engine, and that's going to be interesting to see. Because maybe Pierre actually gets a decent car for once and he starts performing like I think he can. So, but yeah, that will do it for my thoughts on the qualifying. As for the race, I won't lie to you, I'm kind of nervous because I saw a lot last season, and mainly last season because the seasons before he wasn't really leading, Lando not do so well on lap 1. I'm hoping that there's a change this year and that we've been practicing that he's been practicing the starts in the off season and, you know, on sims and everything to get those starts down, that he'll be a little bit more aggressive. I know it's Oscar he's battling off the line, but Max will have the inside in that 3rd place, and I know he's not going to let Lando have that breathing room necessarily, so I need Lando to be aggressive and quick, and then we'll see where the race pace is of the McLaren. Hopefully him and Oscar don't butt heads, and one or the other can hold the rest of the field back if they both stay 1 and 2 after the first lap. I'm interested to see the start of this race with 5 rookies and Liam Lawson. If something's going to happen, maybe a messed up start and a crash right at the beginning. I'm kind of hoping not. I'd like to have a clean race and have everybody finish. And I'm really interested to see the race pace of some of these cars, because some of these 1 lap times look great, but can they go the long run? Is this Williams better now in qualifying? Like, does it look great, but then is it going to fall off when they're racing? Is the Ferrari not good in quali and then it's going to come alive during the race? Is Max going to just absolutely be the GOAT that we know him to be and take this first race for himself? Is George going to be the tire whisperer again, because they are in a pretty hot track unless it rains? There's a lot to consider and a lot that I'm excited for, but I think if I have one main things going through my head for this race is just, can Lando hold lap 1? Can he hold the lead after lap 1? And that's what we'll come back to when I do my race review and talk about that. But I appreciate you guys for sticking around. If you stuck around this long, make sure you drop that sub for me, because you like me. You clearly like me now. So, go ahead and drop that sub for me. A like, if you wouldn't mind, it would help me out. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you're excited for. And I will see you, not tonight, but tomorrow after the race for my summary. Peace.